As long as there are no dice roll, we can do any RP.
Exactly. So, as a recap from last session, and I also have to bring in somebody slash something. Hold on. And Jeremy, just a heads up, it might be loud with the bot. And where is... I had music that I wanted to play that seemed appropriate for the current moment.
Okay.
So we just came through the portal, right?
Yes. We're having this start back where we left off, which was as soon as the portal had closed behind you, and the construct that had held the gateway open, waving to Nuktuk as it closed, and you saw the dragon in the distance, and you heard in a very low, almost guttural, draconic, referring to search, and that's when the portal closes itself, and that's the last word that you hear coming from you guys find yourselves on the southern edge of the map on 20, outside of Caer-Dineval. It is on the edge of the lake. It is a small, quaint town, one of 10 towns. You'll find a better image for you to give it some more depth to it. But you found yourself on an icy shore that is very very rocky. It kind of reminds me of just pebbles and stones that are just scattered all over the place. It's not sand, it is rock pebbles. And this is where we currently are. This is where we pick back up.
Well, that's kind of sucked.
Just a bit.
Is everyone all right?
I'm pretty tired. Could probably use some healing. How about it? Everybody else?
Apparently, is
I
a
was
bot setting.
untouched. The other thing that I was going to mention, I don't know if anybody else had that issue, but while you were talking, while the bot was going, the bot seemed like it was having issues with lag.
Oh.
Dude, the bot was at like maximum potential, and you were so far in the background. I apologize. I literally heard nothing.
Well, that's lovely.
Well, I don't think Nuktuk I don't think Lloyd was around when you first had the rhythm bot introduced, so he wasn't able to change the volume of it.
That's true.
Yeah, I just changed the volume of it, like at the end, because I realized you could do that.
Yeah, you can change everybody's individual volume so you can hear them better.
Good, I'm about to turn you down.
That's perfectly fine.
So,
I can be loud.
now that audio issues aside, what would you all like to do?
Rest up. Find a place to lay down.
Try to go listen to the recap next week.
Anything else? Because you see probably a good 150 feet away from you a couple of small huts and what looks like the remnants of a watchtower that have fallen in disrepair.
Now, Ryan, I don't have my notes in front of me. Is this one of the towns that got hit by the Shardolin dragon?
This was on the way, but no.
I'd like to look through the huts and see if there's anyone or anything.
This is the image that you see. I'll put this here.
Are we in a different roll 20?
No, we're in AL Icewind Dale. I probably need to change that, but
Yeah, so I'm in AL Icewind Dale, and all I see is Caer-Dineval in front of me.
that's exactly.
You put it in Discord.
Yeah, this is exactly where you end up. The portal itself had popped up just south of the town, probably about 150 feet or so south of the ruined watchtower. And as you guys are all looking around, on the floor near that portal where it was located, you see almost emblazoned in scorch marks that same rune that you saw at the edge of the oracle chamber that provided this portal.
Do you need like an investigation check from me or something? I want to go look at the houses, see if there's anyone there.
Oh, you start heading to the houses and you see that it is mid-afternoon, and you're looking around and there's no movement, but you can totally tell that it is inhabited. There are torches that have been lit recently that you can totally see. And you also see, you can also see ruts in the roadway, looking like they are used by carts or dog sleds. And you see here a couple of docks that have boats that are tied up or docked, but this entire inlet here is all iced over. It seems that they have not moved in a bit. It's kind of hard to tell how long it's been, seeing as it's iced over and you don't know how long it would take to normally ice over in this kind of weather. But you also see at the top of the hill a large castle-like structure that has a couple of lights that are lit up. And that's about it. There's not really much hustle and bustle in this town.
You mentioned we saw torches that were lit. Those are here in the actual village or up at the castle?
Up at the castle. You can see the torchlight that comes off of the towers themselves extends quite a bit. Like they have some way of amplifying the light that comes from it.
Okay, there's no lit torches or lights here in the village or the town.
No, it seems like it's daylight enough that they don't need to have them lit, but for some reason there are torches lit up at the castle.
Do I know if the uphill climb and the Dinev's Rest are inns of this town?
You would know that both of them, I believe, are. Let me check once again just to make sure. The Dinev's Rest is an inn. The Uphill Climb is a tavern. It is
Okay.
just outside of the Caer, which is the castle itself.
What do I know about the castle?
You can roll me a history check.
Oh dear. Hey, Noctuck,
Yeah.
fellow native, what do you know about the Caer, this town? I'd like to give you advantage on a history check if you mind.
Alrighty. Advantage.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I see that filter that has your face elongate and look like a freaking horse.
Did it roll? 17.
And that's with advantage, okay? So your history with this land is well enough that you know the subtleties and the tidbits of Caer-Dineval. You see the let's do handouts because I can. No, that's not what I wanted.
So those boats are.
Yeah, the boats have been encased in ice, basically. They have not left in some time, unable to tell how long they've been moored there. I can't find...
Imagine castles are not, like, typical around here, so I'm kind of wondering, why does this town out of the 10 towns have, like, a fortified castle? Is it, like, ruled by some, like, I don't know, is it open to the public?
No,
I guess.
I mean,
What's its function?
I mean, they have a they have militia here and everything. You know, they have a speaker like any other town. You know, I think.
Actually,
I think
Lloyd,
Trovus.
I don't know why
had
I'm
told
saying
me-
anything when you know exactly what I was going to say because you've told it to me in character.
Mhm.
So you would know just about everything.
Yeah, I think Trovus mentioned that the speaker here, his name is Cronach, and yeah, I mean they definitely, I mean, with the Lac Dinneshire, it's a real big place for exporting fish, mainly knucklehead trout. They seem to really love that here. Let's see.
So
Trying to remember what else I remember about the place.
The
Oh yeah, there was an
Emerald-
orc siege here, wasn't there?
What was that, Noctuck?
I think I remember a while back that orcs kind of took over the area, and then the people took it back.
Oh, okay. So that would make sense why this speaker has invested the resources in a castle. Okay. All right. I feel like
Yeah, I
I
mean,
at least have
I
the knowledge.
think out here in Icewind Dale, like anybody smart enough would be making some sort of fortification.
Well,
you know, after-
resources are tight, so it's like, what do you put them into?
protecting people
and
food.
And at
Okay.
this point, how are all of you looking on hit points?
That's a
Terrible.
good question.
So there's the inn right over there. We could just head over to if we want to do a rest.
Right now, Nuktek looks at full health, but obviously that's probably not accurate.
Oh no, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, your character should be a full health.
Emerald's
I'm
probably
good.
hurt.
I think Emerald and Maxwell are the two that got hurt the most.
And I kind of feel like once the portal had closed, I feel like Imral and Maxwell would just be sitting on the beach, just out of breath, glad that they're no longer there, but wondering where the hell they are anyway.
Pretty tired. Looking for a place to
Yeah, that
rest.
sounds about right.
So,
Oh, okay. I gesture to the inn once again, as this is where we would like to go.
Do we want to take a short rest or a long rest? Because I know some spells have been spent.
Do we get a sense of abandonment from this place, or just that there's not a whole lot of people out right now?
you get a sense that there's not a whole lot of people. This looks like a smaller town in reference to places like Brinshander or East Haven or even I believe it's Targos. This is one of the smaller towns, and
Yeah.
you know that there are even smaller towns such as Bremen and Lonelywood and Tourmaline that have maybe a maximum of 100 people. This is close to one of those, if not less than 100 people. I can give you an exact number in just a moment. Oh, look, 100 people.
Yeah. This place isn't what we would call popping.
Yes, very astute observation there, Nuktuk. And yeah, you can get the sense that it's not very busy, and it might also be due to the fact that all of the boats are currently tied up and moored at the docks, and the entire inlet is frozen in. Go away notifications. And Marawa, as you're making your way into town, you notice that Denev's Rest looks like it's boarded up. The front door is got some boards nailed into the front and covering up the windows as well. And you can see what look like icicles have been gathering at the eaves and the gutters around that building. Looking
Okay.
like
I mean, I wanted to go to the town, like the actual villages, but everyone seemed like they wanted to go to the inn. So if I see it boarded up, I'm heading to the houses to see if they are similar.
You make your way further into the town. The houses around them are kind of run down, but some of them look like they're inhabited. You see some that have small baskets on the outside of rope and other debris that would be closely associated with fishing. Not debris, but material.
So their fishing gear looks rusty?
No, not rusty, just in disuse.
Okay.
But you make your way further in, and you see there isn't much of a presence of guards here. But as you make your way to the end here, going toward the east way, which you know of, this is one of the main trade routes throughout the entirety of this land. There is a single light post, and that light post has a couple of torches that are tied to it, but it's not lit at the moment. But you see a guard standing there, paying not much of attention at all, just looking like he's dozing or just not doing his job as he should. And you see a couple of people milling about further down the street, and you see a child running around, following after another adult, probably their parents. But outside of that, there's not much activity going on currently in this little town.
Okay. I'll look over at I'll look over at Nuktuk and say, do you want to talk to that guard? You're silver tongued. And then I'm gonna go. I want to head a little to the docks and see if I can see if the boats are also in disuse.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pass the reins to Nuktuk.
Okay.
So I walk over to the guard. I lick my thumb and kind of fix my eyebrow, lick my other thumb and kind of fix my other eyebrow and rub the top of my bald head. Hi, I'm Nuktuk. How you doing?
I'm doing. I haven't. Haven't seen you. You're not wearing much. Don't you know it's cold out? And you see him, and he's bundled up in like multiple layers. Like he's not doing so well in the cold. And it's also in daylight, which would be a little bit warmer, but still, he is in like 3 or 4 layers.
Just think, do I have anything to just give him?
I was going to say, before we started interacting with the guard, that I made sure that, because I think before we left, I was still in my Warforged form.
Yep.
So I'm going to switch back to my dragon form.
Okay.
Dragonborn form.
Good.
I asked him, I was like, do you want me to make a fire for you? You look cold.
It's just a wee bit nippy. But I think I'll be fine. If the speaker saw me putting up a fire, he would be concerned something was going on. So we'll leave it be for now.
Okay. Who's the speaker around here? We just came in and just kind of looking for a place to stay and maybe see if you need any help. Just friendly adventurers, just looking to serve.
Well, friendly adventurers is one of those things I'm not really used to, but it's good to know you're friendly.
Yeah, for all you know, I could be lying, but...
And you see him kind of do one of those, like, slack jaw,
and then
double take kind of thing, and
I give him a big smile, just like toothy, like as much teeth as possible.
Give me a persuasion check or deception check, your choice.
I'm gonna do... Alright, get ready. You're not gonna like it. 23.
Wow. Yeah, he looks at you and your toothy grin kind of puts him at ease. And he says, well, at least you're being honest and in your intentions, I guess. Speaker.
Yeah, I just don't want to bullshit you. Yeah.
Currently,
but at the same rate too, like we've been helping out a lot of people in different towns, and we're pretty tired. We had a really big fight against a big monster, and the little food, little warmth, little service, all goes a long way.
Imral's gonna like kind of float up behind him on his broom, like basically lying on his broom, half dead, and just kind of like look at this guy in like from like a horizontal position on his broom. He's gonna be like, "Where might we find a place to sleep?"
Yeah. He did it to himself. He fell off the broom.
That is
kind of, and I basically I put my hand like over my mouth and I was like, he's kind of a lush.
I'm so confused right now. The only place to
Imral has no energy to argue.
The only place to really find respite in despite the cold might actually be the Caer. Unfortunately, though, the speaker is kind of unwell. He's taken to trying to rest more recently.
What happened to
you
the
see-
inn?
Yeah, but
The-
what's so like? Is he sick or like what kind of sick are you talking about? Like just got a cold?
From what I understand, he's taken ill, but not anybody from the care is actually speaking about it.
Got it.
Also, it seems it's gotten quiet up there. We know he's there, as you know. We see constant letters that need to go out to other people, and just don't see his face all that often.
In Nuktuk's mind, he's going to hear, do you get the impression that he is crazy sick?
So you're saying there's a mystery afoot.
But the original question was something about the inn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't noticed already, the entire inlet is frozen over due to the ferry not being in use. We haven't had trade coming in or out as often. The ferry in East Haven has gone quiet and unused in over 2 months. It's near close to 3, actually. And with that, the unfortunate outcome of that is some businesses have closed up and moved on.
Got it.
The uphill climb currently is at its last reserves. I believe it's only got 1 barrel left, and it's the really, really, really thin stuff. Mostly water.
Okay. Question, because I wasn't here last week. Was I able to do anything with that remoraid meat?
The remoraz meat was a bit odd.
I checked on it. It was still hot.
Do I still have any left?
I would say you probably have about 5 pounds or so of remoraz meat that's still somewhat warm to the touch.
Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, most of that's still warm, and you're unsure as to how to really prepare it, as it's a creature that's already hot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the remoraz meat
Uh-huh.
that's apparently still already hot. I have an extra spare of common clothes, so I'm just gonna wrap it in that and I'll be like, hold on to this, it'll keep you warm.
Thank you. And he'll
And you can eat it.
hold it and still stare at you like, what is this dude talking about? Why am I holding something? And then eat it later? Kind of concerned. And he will go, so what you're saying is this is a warm food? How
It's a
long will
meal
this
that will-
last?
I'm still learning a lot about this creature, but we killed it earlier and apparently it was super hot.
It's an edible hand warmer.
It's an edible ham warmer.
You are an interesting one. I never actually... Oh, no, I did get your name. Nuktuk. That's right. Wait. Nuktuk. Nuktuk. Why does that sound familiar? And you know what's really sad?
Oh, but I'm sure it'll come to you later.
You know what's really sad is I can't actually roll dice outside of being in a character sheet, which is really stupid.
You could just roll dice in front of you on your table.
That's true. That's very true.
Or you
Not
just got a random
familiar.
roll.
Hey, Justin, how's Maxwell looking?
Like shit.
Maxwell, do you want to hop up on the broom with me so that you're not walking. That looks even more tiring.
Yeah, I'll do that. I just overheard them say that we might find rest over at the Caer.
Yeah.
And we will start floating slowly in that direction.
Okay.
And while this conversation is happening, Marawa has made her way to the docks. Marawa, you're looking out across the water, or ice as it is now. The ice extends pretty far into the loch as it is, and the boats look like they have been frozen in to the point where they're almost on top of the ice, or they've become part of the ice. The fishing equipment in the boats look like they were once well taken care of, but have fallen into disuse within the last month or so. It seems that without constant activity, the inlet would freeze over, and it'd be very hard to get activity happening once again unless somebody would break the ice.
Okay. I make a note to do that later.
Okay. And the rest of you are probably going to make your way up to the uphill climb. And I did post a picture in handouts and info. Where you guys currently are in terms of this picture is about where the bridge is.
There's a bridge?
I lied.
Yeah.
I lied. Just for flavor's sake. It looks like a bridge at the bottom left of this picture, but that's kind of the edge of where you guys are. You notice that the topography...
The guard was standing by that place where it says to the east way, right?
Now you are, yes. Where you guys originally started is where the bottom left of that picture is. But regardless, going up to the Caer is a small trek up a large hill, and it might be a little arduous for some people if only they also had a broom. But the rest of you are able to make your way up there by foot. I think also at this point... does he have it? No, he does not. Okay. You guys can make your way up to the top of the at the uphill climb, or walking all the way to the Caer, whichever you prefer.
Well, wait a minute. Do we want to, we're right near Dinneshire Rest, which is the one that's still open.
Nope. That
so, no, the uphill climb is the one that's still open?
Correct.
Okay. The uphill climb... Okay, do we want to go give them a rest first before we head to the Caer? Because it sounds like there's trouble there.
The cairn is where it's recommended we rest at.
Yeah. We should go there.
And what I'm saying is we might go there and find immediate trouble that will not allow a rest. I'm okay with this. I have, a decent amount of spell slots and total health. I'm all right with this. I'm just putting it out there for those that are gravely injured. All right, since Maxwell and Emerald are the ones that are injured, I don't hear any argument. Never mind, to the Caer we go.
I got a couple of spell slots left if anybody wants to start trouble with us, but not much.
And as long as there are no more flying dragons, we should be safe on the broom, away from most trouble.
The DM chuckles at this. You guys make.
I said most, hopefully.
Yeah, the DM chuckles. You guys are able to make your way up the hill. It's not that taxing, but after your guys' encounter, not but a few minutes before,
We already missed our ice peaks.
yeah, you totally
Axe
forget.
peak, whatever.
Yeah, you totally miss your axe peaks. But as you're walking through, you see some of the houses on either side. They're still inhabited, as you see again the child and their parent walking across the street, and it looks like they're meeting up with another townsfolk and talking to them about something, and it looks like coin is being exchanged, and a conversation is continuing. The child is absolutely staring at Nuktuk. And as you guys are walking...
With my passive perception of 23, do I get a sense of what that exchange was about?
It seemed like it was a business arrangement, and you're able to tell that it was only a couple of coppers that were exchanged. You would get the sense that maybe it was for a debt that was still being paid, or an exchange of goods. It doesn't seem nefarious in any way.
Okay. The child not fascinated at all by the dripping blood coming from the two people on the flying broom.
Oh, no. He was freaked out by Nuktuk, but now he sees two people flying on a broom, one of them dripping a lot of blood from an arm and burn marks. Kind of pulls his dad's coat and... Dad, look! Somebody got fucked up. Got in a bar fight. And his dad just says, don't look at them. They look like trouble. And just turns back around and starts talking to the same guy he was talking to. And
I turn over and I go, don't worry, we are!
Oh, dang it, you beat me to it. I'll say, in the kid's mind, I will say, don't worry, we are.
Oh my god. The child...
Can we have that where it's timed at the same way, where like as soon as Nuktuk's saying it aloud, and we're all saying it in the head?
Yeah, it would work perfectly. The child is just like wide-eyed. You see his lower jaw just drop and start looking around like, what in the world was that? Who is talking to me? Hello? You hear him say out loud, Dad, I'm hearing voices.
You hear nothing.
And when he says hello, I just go, hi, I'm Nuktuk.
Hi. You guys are creepy. And he just like hides behind his dad.
Your kid's funny. Have a great day.
No
You say you
response.
taste funny?
What?
Did you tell the kid he tastes funny?
No, I said your kid is funny.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in poor taste, telling a kid tastes funny. Anyway,
I have my lines. I have my boundaries.
Right, you're right. You guys are able to make your way up to the uphill climb. It looks like it is a tavern that has seen better days. As you walk past, you notice that the door is wide open, like they're hoping for business. And as you pass the wide open front door, you see somebody inside looking like they're rolling out kegs. And another person that's standing next to them, a woman standing next to the gentleman that's moving the kegs, having a conversation with him, and having a very dour look on her face. But you're able to make your way past the uphill climb and make it to the gatehouse of the Caer itself.
So I'm a little confused by this. The uphill climb is actually a tavern. It's not a store.
It is a tavern, correct.
So tavern as in people sleep there or just gather there and drink?
Gather there and drink.
Okay.
Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out.
Oh, man. Okay, so John would be able to join us next Sunday. That's good.
Pavel's still with us, right?
Yes, Pavel is still with you. Pavel is walking uphill, and let me look at his character sheet. I don't think that he took much. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. I was thinking he was going to cast a spell on his way up, but he didn't have the specific spell I was thinking of. But how is he not?
So we're at the gate of the Caer?
Correct.
Okay.
Which
Which of you is
Oh.
looking worse?
Probably Maxwell. I got a bit of healing in that fight.
Okay.
You got 22 hit points out of 74.
Wow.
You have 22 of how much now?
Out of 74.
You have 74 hit points? Jesus. I have 36 of 54. So Maxwell's definitely worse.
I am wearing an amulet of health.
Ah, that's right. I don't have that anymore.
So
That would
Pavel is going to come up to Maxwell and say, I think you look a little bit worse for wear there, buddy. And he'll tap you on the shoulder a little bit and cast a Cure Wounds at second level just to top things off at the very least.
Sounds like something Pavel would do. What would I get? What would I get?
Some fucking bullshit. Total of 10.
Cool. I'm at 32. Much obliged. Thank you, sir.
Yep. And you're on the outskirts of Caer-Dineval. The actual Caer itself. I don't know if this is... Nope, it's not freaking visible. Okay. Give me just a moment.
So, Emerald. It's a nice helmet you got there.
I turn around and look at him with my eyes no longer glowing from it. Yes, it says something we picked up from an elephant man.
Oh, okay. Does that require attunement?
It yes, it does. However, when
What's it
you do it gives you a little bit of production, and you can store spells in it for later use.
Ooh. You want to trade?
What are you proposing?
I got this sweet amulet of health.
I actually took off my... Did I give you that amulet of health, actually?
yeah, you switched it out. Still have it though.
No, I gave it to someone. I think.
Oh, you gave it to Matt, but
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Maxwell.
I'm wearing your amulet.
I blink at him.
Well, it gives me a nice boost. I don't know. I was wondering if maybe I could just borrow that helmet, if nothing else, so I can try and contact a friend of mine.
Contact a friend, you say?
Yeah.
How would you do that with the helmet?
Oh, well, you said it can store spells in it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if Mr. Pavel here uses this sending spell, and then you store that spell in the helmet, would you then cast that, or how would that work?
I kind of look at him blankly for like half a second. My jaw drops and I smack myself on the forehead. And I'm like, why didn't I ever think of that? That is brilliant. Yeah, I feel like letting you borrow the helmet is the least I can do after getting you nearly dead. Just let me know when you need it.
Okay. I'll when we're resting here, I just wanted to try that once to contact somebody, and then I can give it back to you. But I guess I'm gonna have to attune to it in order for it to work.
Yes, that is the case.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. It did not work as well as I had hoped. I will do this. And then... Now, let's do this. Pebble out. This is another big map. I'm sorry.
It is. Yeah, there's a little bit of preparation on it.
Yeah, and I don't understand why vision cannot be something that can be taken care of as a across the board kind of thing. This drives me nuts.
Hey Ryan.
Yo.
While we're waiting, can I ask Pavel to? I don't know if he has a spare level 3 spell slot to cast Sending into Emerald's helmet.
He certainly can. Is Emerald's helmet empty?
It currently is, yes.
Good.
I cast the slow spell that got counterspelled during the fight.
Just like his head.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Alright, so I think everybody's token should be updated. Are you all able to see? I feel like I'm missing.
Zooming out. I'm gonna just refresh just in case.
All I see is black.
Same here.
You got to scroll down. I can see you guys. It's like lit up on the south end.
Yeah, all I see is black in that ping.
Okay.
Okay.
I do see a ping, but I do see nothing but black. But I do see the whole screen. So I see that ping right here.
I am seeing it lit up on the ping, so then you guys don't have visibility. There's 5 of us, and then there's like a weird torch little symbol over here. I'm guessing that's a brazier.
I should have
so that's something
visibility.
that
I have dark vision up to 120 feet.
Same as Lloyd. I can see the ping, but I can't see anything but black.
roll 20. If you're ever watching this YouTube video in the future, you need to make this easier for DMs.
Yeah, please do, because this is getting freaking annoying. Okay, now it just took me to...
They don't... I'm pretty sure that Roll20 is not doing any further development. They're just charging people subscriptions and letting their competition actually develop, their future customer base loyalty.
And now it decided to kick me out of my game and send me to Lloyd's game, which was really weird.
Sorry. That's terrible.
But that's not the one that's being recorded, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I really wish this was freaking easier. Dear Lord. I see Maxwell's able to move around.
Yep.
Dynamic lighting is on. You can see... You should be able to see Lance. I don't know why you're not able to. Jeremy should also be able to see.
gonna refresh to see if that's
Not yet, sir. I'll refresh it too, just to double check, but I don't see anything at this point in time.
I honestly think that the servers are having a problem because, like I said, I refreshed and it took me to a different game entirely. So, yeah, great times. You see
all I
before
see
you.
is darkness.
Darkness. We could just theater of the mind it. It's not going to work.
No, it's because it doesn't take the characters. Oh my god, I really hate Roll20 right now. Because when I click and drag people's tokens, they're not associated with the player.
Oh, okay. So the people that are blind, like they don't actually have a token on the screen. There's just like a picture of them that they're not attached to.
Apparently not.
can see.
Even though they
So
have
should we drag our token?
Nope.
So if I do
have
this?
it taken care of. 1 second.
Okay.
I see.
Alright, I can see now.
Two Nuktuks.
Yeah, I dragged one over right before he's like, don't do it!
Did it work?
No.
Okay.
Give
Well,
it a moment.
two blind.
Yes, everything is awesome! Awesome!
Two blind Nuktuks.
Alright, now you guys should see, correct?
There's my doppelganger. Excellent. Nope, no more doppelganger.
Anybody not able to see the ping? Anybody still seeing black on the ping?
I do see a ping and I do see the map.
Sweet. Jessica, can you see? Can't hear you if you're muted.
Yeah, she can see.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So before you see a very large gatehouse, and it's quite large. And I will go around this way just to give you.
That torch just flew.
Yes, I'm giving you a overview of the map entirely.
Are you? I mean, I saw the torch leave. Is the torch supposed to be revealing stuff?
Yeah, I have it on Explorer mode, so it reveals things as I'm going around that you can clearly see.
I don't think it's revealing anything.
Well, we haven't gone through the doorway either.
Yeah, we will go through and then we will reveal.
Oh, I thought you were saying that flying torch was supposed to be revealing stuff.
It's revealing things so that when you do walk through it, it'll be automatically noticeable.
Oh, okay. So that we don't have dynamic lighting on the room that we just entered. We get the whole room.
Roughly, yes. And the gatehouse itself, you notice that there are, again, torches that are lit. It looks like they also have something magnifying their light. And upon a closer inspection, they're not actual torches. They look like they're like magical lights. And you hear from above you, "Who goes there? Speak your name and your business."
Ah, well, we are the knights who say knee.
We don't need knights who say knee. We need knights who don't say anything.
I'm sure we can do that too. We're just actually looking for a room and board tonight.
Yeah.
Pretty cold. We're pretty tired, and they said, "Come over here."
Oh. Well, I think that would be okay. I will go speak with the speaker, and also.
We hear the speaker is ill. Can you tell us what ails him?
He seems to have fallen ill. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of information. We as in the guard don't see him all that often, and even then, it's kind of a.
You're telling me that this garrison does not operate on a rumor mill? She arches her eyebrow at him.
No. Unfortunately, we get paid minimum wage. It's a livable wage, but still minimum wage. It's not worth it. As he's just like, I can let you in if you like.
Yes, please.
Please hurry.
That'd be great.
Okay. And he opens the front gate and says, just be careful when you come into the gate, the common area here. Don't mind the wolves in the cage. They won't bite because they're in the cage, but don't let them out either.
There we go.
And
We are floating 20 feet above the ground.
Why are there wolves here?
they are used as hunting animals in the hopes to bolster our food reserves, as currently fishing is not apparently something that happens here. And the rest of you are able to walk in. I will put you in there anyway. And before you, you see a very large keep itself, a smaller common area here. You see a couple of covered wagons, and then a stall here as well. A couple of barrels located all over the place, and a small enclosure with a couple of wolves. The walls here go up to the four towers that are pretty large. And before you see a double doors that go about 15 feet, and it looks like this is kind of the main housing in said castle. And you hear from atop the wall itself, just knock on the door, the butler will greet you, they'll take care of you, just be careful with him, okay?
Careful with the butler?
I'm obviously going over to the wolves and gonna have a conversation with them. So you can get to that at a reasonable point.
The rest of you make your way through. Are you guys waiting with...
Wow, you're not gonna wait for me?
Are you guys waiting for Marawa or no?
Emerald probably wouldn't. He is tired and hurts and wants to go to sleep.
Yeah, Marawa talks to animals all the time, so it's not like anything new. She's always getting the skinny, so might as well just let her get the skinny.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not going to wait for her.
I think Pavel will wait outside with Marawa.
I'm on the broom.
What?
Wow, at least I have one friend.
Maxwell's getting dragged with me.
Okay. I mean, he kind of have to unless he fell off. But yeah, so Maxwell, Imral, and Nuktuk enter. What are you doing, Teef?
I'm just following the rest of the party.
I think we're gonna sleep on these tables here.
Okay. So as the four of you enter, and Marawa and Pavel would also notice as the doors open, there, in the middle here, there is a large feast hall, and large, I mean large enough to hold probably 15 to 20 people at one time. And above, and because of the stairway here leads up to a second floor. And the dotted line here is a landing that leads into other doorways. And you see on the other side, so this side here is the second floor. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But the room on the left looks like it is closed. There is another room on the right. It looks like it's somewhat ajar. And you see before you in that same hall a woman who is covered in somewhat shabby clothing. She looks like she's probably about 14 or 15. and very dark, I believe red skin, and she has curved horns, and what you would know as a tiefling. And she looks at the rest of you and kind of averts her gaze, cleaning up what's left on the tables, and makes her way to this other room here on the right-hand side. Marawa, as you're trying to talk to the wolves here, I'll just put you over here so you know exactly where they are.
Hey, Ryan, do you have a question?
Yes.
I think at some point in time we were supposed to look for a tiefling at Caer-Dineval, but I can't remember why.
For you in particular, there was reference to a white albino tiefling that had taken up basically a short stay in Caer-Dineval, and your association with that was...
This is not her then. Okay.
The association was that she was part of the Arcane Brotherhood, but there was rumor that she was here, but outside of that there wasn't much information to be gained or gathered.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Marawa, as you're coming up to this enclosed cage of sorts, you see a total of 7 wolves. They're all lying down, not really paying too much mind, but you approach and they respond and they get up and they get excited because somebody's close. And Pavel's going to stand back a few feet just in case.
They look wary or hostile, or just curious?
They look a bit curious.
Okay, I'll go in.
You'll open up the cage. It is currently locked with a padlock.
Ow.
Turn into a small cat.
Oh, screw it.
I know, but I wanted the pet. All right, I'll kind of like stick my hand through the bar and kind of like hold it in like a hello gesture, and
Okay. Animal handling
get one of them to come over for me and just say, greetings, fierce hunters. Why are you here at this castle, all locked up? I assume with advantage because I can talk to them.
No, I would say just a regular roll. Yes, you can talk to them. It makes easy conversation. They don't treat you with hostility. They are curious. They respond, or one of them responds with, "We're fed. We are kept busy. We hunt for our masters, and usually it's a lot of fun. Outside of that, it's been kind of quiet."
Why do you think that is? What's happened? Has anyone come and go recently? Strangers?
There were a couple of strangers. They smelled of death and ash, but they left some time ago.
Can you tell me maybe what they look like? Oh, I don't know if they're colorblind. Were they human?
Did not see faces. Only cloaks.
Okay. I know. Do they look lean or do they look well fed?
The one that you've been talking to wouldn't be able to give you a response. He just...
No, I'm just asking you how they look.
It looks at you and says, unsure. I can't tell if fat or skinny.
Oh, you think I'm talking about the strangers who came?
Oh. The dogs...
I'm asking you, do the wolves look lean or well fed?
They look...
I'm sorry. I didn't realize where the mistake was.
Yes. They look fed well enough, but they're not... how should I put it?
Neither.
Right, they're in between. They're fed well enough that they're not starving, but they're not fed too much so that they're fat and lazy.
So Mirawa feels no instinctual need to kill the owner of the wolves because they are being mistreated, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
All right. The way
All right, that's good. She'll kind of pet it and say, "All right, I'll be back." And I'm gonna go over to Pavel and I'm gonna ask him, Pavel, when we take a rest next, could you perhaps put in your spell docket? What is the spell called? It's generate food and water. What is it though? Create food and water. I'd like to ask him to, since it seems like we're gonna rest next, if he could change that out.
Are we saying that he needs to have it prepared?
Yeah. Can clerics can do that, right? Change their spells.
They can't do it on short rests. They can do it on long rests.
Well, yeah. Who can do it on short rest? Oh no, you have to change it. Warlocks can't even change their stuff at all. Yeah. Right. What are you talking about?
I was just thinking. Never mind.
Yeah. No one can do it on a short rest, can they?
Right. No. That might be a separate class feature that you can do, or a feat. That's kind of a homebrew thing, but I don't think that any of them can do that.
Yeah, we are getting ready for a long rest, though, so sounds relevant.
And those of you inside, well, in response to your request, Marawa, Pavel would say, I didn't expect this kind of outcome, so I'll put a pin in that one. Well,
Ryan.
I'll think about that for tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna join everybody.
Okay. And he'll join you. And as you are all now inside, the tiefling woman has cleaned up all of the leftover meal debris. I don't know how else to put it. And taken it over to what may be the kitchen here, as there's a bit of clutter and sound coming from it, and it sounds like there's also the bleating of goats coming from inside. And you hear a bit of noise coming from this side as well. What sounds like somebody stubbing their foot on something.
That sounded like somebody stubbed their foot.
And yelling obscenities. And
those sound like obscenities.
I'm pretty sure those were common obscenities.
Yes, they were. And the hall here, there are torches that are alight as well. And upon closer inspection, it looks like these torches are very different. They are white flame, not red or orange or any of the standard color, but they look like they've been enchanted on these torches or these sconces, so that
they're not giving off heat.
They're giving off a warm glow, but not physical heat.
That seems consistent with the lights that were up on top of the tower.
Correct. I will be right back.